Now what's this gonna be? You know how I played it all. That nigga burning G, all by his bread. Bitch, I'm all about my bread, all by my bread. Bitch, I'm all about my bread, all by my bread. Now what's this gonna be? You know how I played it all. That nigga burning G, all by his bread. Now bitch, I'm all about my bread, all by my bread. Now bitch, I'm all about my bread, all by my bread. Now bitch, I'm first green ballin', tryna get my bread long. You know the game gone and my mind been blown. Different decisions that I done made got me fucked up now. Still gon' thug the life I'm living, still gon' hold this shit down. Every day of my life, yeah, nigga chasing trees. And I'm saying niggas should be around there, won't see you off your feet. My mama been doing bad, but I ain't going into that. I done picked that girl up when I caught my first package. I be damn, me and my people hurting for something for a day. That shit happened, the next man ain't getting nothing. Faded the root of evil, and that's my damn best friend. And I put that on my life, ain't nobody gon' fuck with him. You try to jam it, yeah, that ass getting chopped. Trying to serve ain't got no business on my block, now bitch, you're getting chopped. Now either way you try to fuck with my pockets, don't believe that ass getting chopped. Now what's this gonna be? You know how I played it all. That nigga burning G, all by his bread. Bitch, I'm all about my bread, all by my bread. Bitch, I'm all about my bread, all by my bread. Now what's this gonna be? You know how I played it all. That nigga burning G, all by his bread. Now bitch, I'm all about my bread, all by my bread. Now bitch, I'm all about my bread, all by my bread. Now bitch, I'm back in the mix. Those flaky niggas better stand down. Came home, got me some yam, I'm the man now. Niggas, some bitches all from my face, I ain't know who they is. Everybody up from my mix like I'm a hero and shit. Fall back, I'll buy a brick. Right now I'm on a mission, I'm giving you 2 for 20. Got grams going for 50. Putting that in my pockets, the nigga you bullshitting. What the fuck you ain't listen? I done told you I got to get it. Nobody depending on me, so it's all mine. I ain't stressing out by myself, that's how it going down. My mama fighting her little dicks and she gon' be alright. Before I ever tweaking and begging, I put something up on the pipe. This is no fraction of my life, still all in for a lick. Lurking for fatty, looking for niggas to tone mix. Start to lurking if I'm hurting, different side come out. That flip shit, stop the Jacob, Mr. High come out. Gonna be, you know how I played it all. That nigga burning G.
We back at it. It's your favorite channel, Pelican Bay Dog TV and News. Giving it to my brothers and sisters today the way I always do. Fair and unbiased, raw and uncut. You know what I'm saying? We got some breaking dog news. You know how I always give it to you, them CNN satellites from outer space, man. We got a tragic incident that happened that's going down. You think that South Carolina dog fighting bus was something. We got something that's going down in Texas. You know what I'm saying? And this the thing, man. You know, it's going down. Like I said, big shout out to everybody that's tuned into the channel. Big shout out, big thank you to everybody that's rocking with the Bay, everybody that's down in the chat, everybody that's taking care of these pets, man, doing what they got to do. I want to send a big shout out to my man Reggie, holding it down with the geckos, the monitors, and lizards. He be rocking with them lizards, doing his thing on Facebook. I don't know if you're all reptile, brother, or just the monitors and stuff. I got a homeboy that was dealing with the monitors and lizards like that back in the days. He don't rock with them no more, but we had a little bit of dealers with them, the ones that grow about, they run real fast and stuff like that. But yeah, man, big salute to all the pet lovers. Like I say, we rock with everybody. But we got some news today, man, coming from Texas. I hope everybody up in here, hope everybody having a great day, great evening. This depends on where you're at in this world. Today, man, we're going to Texas, and this incident right here, we got a brother who just he having some bad luck. You know what I'm saying? He having some bad luck. I'm going to say it like this, right? He was arrested for homicide or murder or beating a man down in a parking lot. And then I want to say a day after he got out, his dogs mauled a neighbor to death. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if that ain't bad luck, that ain't bad luck. You know, I don't really believe in that luck thing. It's just irresponsibility when it comes to these dogs, because he was forewarned. People had already called him, told him the dogs were digging up under the fence. And I want to say this as well. Wood fences around yards are not proper dog confinements. Those are not areas where you can say, this is a cage. I'm going to leave my dog in a cage and he's secure. You know, it don't take nothing for that dog to dig a couple inches up under that wood fence and he's gone free. Now, if you put some kind of fencing up under the ground that, you know, you pre-planning for a digging dog all the way around your wood fence, then that's a different story, you know. But for the most part, you just putting a wood fence around your property is not secure for certain dogs, at least. You know, now if you got a little Shih Tzu or something like that, yeah, that's different. And even they can dig out if they want to get out, whatever they want to chase after. You know, it just, you know, and the thing about it, once these incidents happen like this, you can't take it back. You know, condolences to that lady family, 65-year-old lady in her backyard, enjoying herself on her property. And they say the cameras from the other people's property, like the Ring doorbells and stuff, they caught the woman out there fighting off the dogs with a hammer, screaming, trying to fight them off with a hammer. Can you imagine the terror that's going through that lady, man? You know what I'm saying? Now, this brother on the run, brother, how can you be on the run knowing that your dogs did that to a woman? You know what I'm saying? You know, it's like certain things that make it hard for a person to be on the run for. You know, old people and kids. You know what I'm saying? Y'all brothers do all that shooting wild and harm them kids, 5-year-old, gun down, random bullet and all that stuff like that, man. Y'all can't go on a run long when you do stuff like that, man. And that's the same with these older folk out here, man. And the thing is, I'm glad they're going to mention this. I'm going to speak about this after the video, you know. They're going to speak about, like I made the title, I said pit bulls. But they're going to speak about that as well, and I'm glad they said something about that. You know, it's just a tragedy, man. So I'm going to let y'all watch this video, and then we're going to speak about it when it's done.
At 10, a woman was running for her life to escape her neighbor's dogs who mauled her to death.
It's a disturbing detail laid out by police who are looking for Marshall Garrett.
Court records show he was warned his dogs were digging under the fence on the very day of the deadly attack last month in Northeast Houston. ABC 13's Jessica Willey joins us live. And Jess, if that wasn't enough, this guy is also facing a murder charge completely unrelated.
Yeah, Erica, just a day before this man was charged in this deadly dog attack, he was charged with murder in a completely separate incident. He was already out of jail on bond for allegedly running from police. That happened in January. Now it appears he's running again. Tonight, Marshall Garrett has a warrant for his arrest, and not just for one charge, but for 4. 3 deadly dog attack charges stemming from a brutal assault on his neighbor last month, and 1 murder charge from a violent incident outside a store in Northeast Houston last October. The 38-year-old picking up all of those charges last week. According to court records, his 3 dogs, all Staffordshire mixes, had a history of escaping their yard on Wayside Village Way. This is video of 2 of them in a neighbor's backyard last year. On March 23rd, cameras at Harriet Phillips' house captured the 65-year-old in her backyard trying to fend off the dogs with a hammer, records state. Then she's heard yelling help before she falls to the ground and is mauled. Police discovered that morning that Garrett was aware that the dogs were loose. A neighbor shared these photos of them digging and messaged Garrett that they were starting to go to her backyard, records show. He even responded that it was about to get resolved. A few hours later, Phillips was dead. Garrett, with a lengthy criminal history, is also a co-defendant in a deadly assault last October near this Family Dollar on Liberty. That's where the murder charge comes in. Houston police saying he and a friend who is also wanted beat 69-year-old Alton Martin so badly it killed him. And that deadly assault, court records state, was over like $140. Garrett's dogs were recovered and euthanized after his neighbor was killed. Live tonight at Houston Police Headquarters, Jessica Willey, ABC 13 Eyewitness News.
Now, it's sad when the news people, I was reading an article on this same event, and the news people call this guy a bum in the state. They call him Texas trash, is what they call him, like scum, like he's the type of person like I was speaking about a couple days ago, like just always go to jail. Not saying that he does, but I'm saying the words that the news anchor used when they was writing about him. You know what I'm saying? So it's just sad, man, that negligence will allow something like this to happen. And did y'all hear what I heard? Staffordshire mixes, not pit bulls. So anybody that's looking at this video that's not really a pit bull fan, but you just watch it and listen to me, Staffordshires and pit bulls could be classified the same back in the days, but in today's time, they are what I would consider cousins. One dog was bred not to be dog aggressive, which is a Staffordshire, but they took in the human aggressive part. The pit bull was bred to be dog aggressive or animal aggressive and not to be human aggressive. So that's what we always argue about and say, those are not our dogs out there attacking people in the streets. Those are not our dogs mauling people down and all that type of stuff. Not our dogs, but they call them pit bulls. You know what I'm saying? They call them pits. And that's what we argue about, because our dogs get the wrong reputation for all other dogs. We tired of, and I say this to AKC. AKC needs to recognize the American Pit Bull Terrier as the only pit bull. It's not a blanket term. It's because y'all want it to be blanket. All the rest of them dogs don't got blanket terms. So stop making our dog a blanket term. It only makes the pit bull get the bad rep. And then, like I said, for the most part, if you go all year long, the American Pit Bull Terrier, the most trouble that it gets into is dog fighting. That's the most trouble that the pit bull get into all year long. But I report articles from pit bull type dogs where they be classified as pit bulls all year long. Those aren't pit bulls. The Santa Monica joint I just gave y'all where the pit bull attacked the toy poodle just yesterday, that's not a pit bull. That's a blue dog, a blue and white dog, which probably is a bully dog. And bullies are like the Staffordshires. That's what created that's what the bullies were created from. Your Staffordshire dogs. Your more human aggressive dogs. Your dogs that they may not be dog aggressive. They may not even want to fight another dog. They can go 4 or 5 dogs hanging around each other in a pack without ever growling at each other, because they waiting on that one time that they snap and go bite a damn human. That's why. And that's what we talk about. And like I always say, a lot of these brothers and these sisters and these people out here with these dogs don't supposed to have these dogs. Period. Whether it's staffs, pits, or any kind of bull breed dog, they're not responsible enough. Period. Come on, man. And then the fact that they say, he on the run for it. Like, what you gonna run about that for? You should feel sorry enough for your neighbor. That, man, listen here, man. Lay it down. You're only making it worse for yourself by going on the run about something like that while you already out on that kind of charge, bond. You know how them folk gonna handle you when they try to catch you? That's why I say brothers put themselves in situations, man. It's only your fault that 60, 65-year-old precious woman had to try to fight them dogs off with a hammer. It's only your fault. Why you gonna run for? But like I said, man, I'm just here to give that news. I'm just here to give my opinion about that news, just like anybody else and all my other brothers and sisters out there today. You know, sad situation. My condolences to the family, man. You know, you just, like I said, when it comes to a bullet, you shoot it, you can't pull it back in the barrel. You know, when it comes to these dogs and this irresponsibility, when things like this happen, you can't reverse it. You can't say, oh, replay, let's do it over again. Let me cover this hole up by this fence and make sure all this stuff right, man. You only get one time for these type of situations, you know, and that's for any of us. Y'all stay safe. Y'all stay legal out there, man. And remember where you got that shit from. Fair and uncut, raw and unbiased. K9s, and I'm out.
Are blue dogs real pit bulls? What is a red-nosed Jocko dog? Plus many other questions like, what's a real pit bull, all answered in the Pit Bull Encyclopedia. Get deworming techniques, dog training tips, and nutritional hints while learning about bloodlines and pit bull history. Get a deep understanding of what has made this breed such a popular dog in America since before the Civil War. Stop looking from the outside of the glass, making stereotypical opinions about a dog that has stood the test of time. Your copy is waiting for you to order today. Say yes to education.